This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's 775-727-6800.
It's Election Day. Thanks for joining us here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. Yes, it is Election Day, Tuesday, June 14th.
Well, after 28 years with Nye County and 21 years working with the county clerk's office, Nye County Clerk Sandra Merlino's exemplary service is coming to an end as a public servant. Hers are big shoes to fill to whoever is elected to that position. The recent elections have taken their toll, and Merlino is excited to finally retire. Her crew had nothing but praise, tears, hugs, kind words, and some cake today while bragging about what an amazing person Merlino has been to work with. In her final interview with KPVM that we know of, pending her departure in August, Sam tells us about the primary election and when we can expect the results to come trickling in.
The early voting was really slow, and we kind of had a feeling that Election Day would be a lot busier, and it certainly is. You know, I wish we'd anticipated, people asked about shades and everything else, but we never know, especially with the mail-in election. We just don't know how many people are going to show up in person. There's always something that might be missed during redistricting. Even though we get a street file, all voters should be moved with that street file, but we encourage every voter that when you get a new ID card or you get your sample ballot, if you don't think you're in the right precinct or district, let us know as soon as possible so we can get it corrected. Unfortunately, once you vote, we can't make that correction until after the election. So we hope, last I looked, I think we had about 600 here, which has been better than early voting. I'm perfectly happy with our machines and how everything works. And whoever gets in after me may change, may go to hand count, may go to all paper, I don't know. We also have a nonpartisan candidate on the general election ballot, so that nonpartisan candidate could win as well. So it's not going to be decided until November, but somebody will have to replace me in August. Since we do have mail-in and ballots can be postmarked today and received 4 days after the election, all results tonight are preliminary. So we could have 50 trickle in, we could have 200 trickle in. So we will get results out as soon as we can, right after 7 o'clock, probably all mail-in results. But as far as the machine results, we have to wait for Round Mountain, we have to wait for Amargosa, Beatty, we have to wait for all those to come in. And then, of course, we can't release any statewide results until every county is in. But we can release local results. I think most people have tried to get their ballots in by today, and so, but we have a lot turned in right now. These will not be counted today. We have a full box full of ballots, and at each polling location we have a box for voted ballots. So all those won't be processed at least for 2 more days. So,
all right.
If we were presenting final results and we were counting everything tonight, it would be a really long night. But because we can only count so much tonight, I'm hoping not later than midnight. After results, I will at least at the end, but I rarely have time to do that in between. So there will be a final type summary tonight.
And in other area news, thankfully, there are no reported injuries as a result of a rollover crash off Highway 160 today.
Emergency crews involving Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, Nevada Highway Patrol, and auxiliary units arrived on scene to a single vehicle rollover crash that occurred this afternoon on Highway 160 just north of Irene Street. Traffic was open in both directions during the investigation and cleanup of the crash. The classic vehicle rolled off the roadway into the desert area and sustained major damage. The occupant self-extricated prior to medics' arrival on scene and claimed no injuries as a result of this crash. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating. Well, Commissioner Blendo expressed his desire to set some things straight when it comes to his call for service from the Nye County Sheriff's Office for a suspicious package. Here's what he had to say. News 25 spoke to County Commissioner Leo Blendo today regarding his post on Facebook over the weekend expressing his side of the story concerning the 84 grams of cocaine that was allegedly returned to his restaurant, Carmelo's Bistro, by the Postal Service undeliverable in 2020. Blundo says that this is an attempt by his opponent to smear his name. He says in his post that on May 9th of 2020, his business received a return address package with incorrect postage. He adds that this was suspicious. Leo describes this was a package within a package which had a bag full of a white powdery substance. Blundo says he called 911, and due to COVID restrictions at the time, Nye County Sheriff's Office did not want to send deputies to the scene. He says he pressed the situation and they finally dispatched deputies. He says police were hesitant to take the substance and did not test it at the scene. A case was pulled and officers took custody of the material. Blundo says that he contacted the District Attorney Chris Arabia, Sheriff Sharon Worley, and other officials. He says that the sheriff confirmed that the substance was in fact cocaine. He notes on his post that Nye County Sheriff's Office Captain David Barukowitz was eating at the restaurant during the time and made jokes to Blundo about the situation, which he did not appreciate. Blundo says that he contacted the postmaster inspector to inform them of the occurrence. Commissioner Blundo says his life has been threatened and wants to know where the body cam video is of this incident. News 25 has requested the body cam footage from the Nye County Sheriff's Office per the county commissioner's request. The deputy interviewed Mr. Blundo over the phone to start the report and recorded the phone call. The Nye County Sheriff's Office says that the footage is of a phone call as the case occurred during the early stages of COVID, and their officers were not taking paper documents or making one-on-one contact with reporting parties.
Yeah, received a suspicious package.
Okay.
I opened the package. When it looked suspicious, I called the sheriff's office, and then you guys came out.
So the address that was on, because your address was the one that was up in the top left corner, which would normally be the sender. I mean, I know it looks like they probably put it that way just to make it that way. And then the other address is an actual physical address. And, and you said you don't know this Trevor Burdick, correct?
I don't know anybody of that name, and I did not mail that package.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office says that they have forwarded that case to the Postmaster General for investigation.
All right. Well, if you're looking for a job, we might have just the right place for you if you have a specific kind of green thumb. All that and more after the break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Dr. George Leaks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by Lisa Spahitz and Mike Plasmeyer at Country Financial Insurance. Auto, home, life, and commercial. 775-727-8920.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, Stash Cannabis is opening several locations, and one of them will be holding a grand opening near Tonopah very soon. They're hoping to get some job applicants and the community revved up for that big event.
Stash Fine Cannabis Company is a cannabis dispensary that we're opening right outside of Tonopah in Esmeralda County. It'll be our first one that we're opening, and we have 2 more coming soon thereafter, one in Reno, one in Henderson. Okay, so our product is different because Stash is actually owned by 6 different production and cultivation companies. So we kind of have a farmer's market kind of vibe going on, where all these individual owners are going to be bringing a lot of their product directly to the consumers through the Stash Fine Cannabis Dispensary, and we're going to give it at a discounted rate, and we're going to provide a lot more information about it to the customer base too. So it's something that no one has done before. Yeah, so there's definitely some buzz about it. Everyone can see the building. It pops out quite a bit. Like I said, right outside the town. I was up there 2 weeks ago just kind of laying out some interior design. We had people pulling up, although we don't even have a driveway yet, asking when we're going to be open, and they're very excited about it. We've been interviewing a lot of people in town. They're excited to work for us, to work in a new, exciting environment in this dispensary. We're going to be paying a great wage for people that live up there. And so we've had a lot of positive response from what we're doing. So the facility itself is 3,000 square feet. It's built out of what we call a sprung structure. It's kind of like a FEMA structure, so it can withstand heavy wind, cold, heat. It has aluminum barrier, a rolled aluminum barrier all around it for security purposes. We're looking to hire up to 15 employees right now. And like I said, these are going to be full-time employees with a great living wage. So we're hiring people with no experience. We're going to train them. It'll probably be about a 2 to 4 week training period. Anyone with a customer service background, if you do have some experience with cannabis, great. If not, we're going to train you on that, on how to service our clients and our customers and our patients. But someone who's trustworthy, responsive, and can deal with people and explain things well, that's what we're looking for. We have some experienced managers coming in who've managed dispensaries for 2 to 4 years to help with that. But yeah, training is very, very important. So we're going to be opening late summer of this year, 2022, and we're going to have flower there, right? We'll have pre-rolls, we'll have tinctures, we'll have edibles, we'll have all kinds of gummies. We'll also have some baked goods probably. There'll be also merchandise as well, and people can buy products that they'll use to smoke or use the different products as well. But everything that you'll find in a dispensary in Southern Nevada, you'll find in that dispensary in Tonopah. So you can definitely apply Stash Fine Cannabis. You'll find that website. Stash Dispensary on Instagram would be fine. And then also we have a management company that you can apply to, info@Greenbacks. Greenbacks is spelled GRNBAX.com.
All right, well, that sounds exciting. Leanne Luna from Nye Communities Coalition tells us about a free class that you can register for right now to help with suicide awareness and prevention.
I worked for 4 years to try and bring it. It's a difficult class to fill because it is 2 days. It's 16 hours. It's applied suicide intervention skills training. And what it does is it teaches you how to talk somebody down from suicide. So it teaches you how to approach somebody in crisis, how to bolster their care system around them, and how to keep them safe and get them to help. June 29th and 30th, from 8 to 5, we will have lunch available for you. And we can have as many as 30 people in the classroom. This is a collaboration with the Nevada Coalition for Suicide Prevention. And so we've done one of these in Lincoln County, and we trained about 20 people up there. Get a hold of me at Leanne at LEEANN at nycc.org or 775-727-9970 extension 204.
You know, besides Election Day, it's Flag Day, but there's also another special day.
What's that?
It's going to, we're going to tell everybody about that right after the break.
All right.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. So as we were telling you before the break, today is special because it is World Blood Donor Day, which was created to help raise awareness about blood donations and to thank all those who donate blood. According to the Red Cross, someone here in the U.S. needs blood or platelets every 2 seconds.
Blood donations are really important. They can be life-saving for many people. People with cancer, people undergoing big operations, heart operations, operations on their blood vessels, cancer operations. Those people need blood because sometimes they can lose blood during the operation. O-negative blood is a very important blood type and one that we certainly need in abundance. However, anything counts. Any blood that someone can give can count and can really make a difference in saving someone's life.
And physicians say it can also be helpful to know which type of blood type you have, just in case that info is ever needed. And for those interested in donating blood, you can contact your local hospital or the Red Cross blood drives.
And Constance Sloan is competing in this weekend's senior pageant. Sloan tells us about herself and the event happening at the Saddle West.
Hi, I'm Constance Sloan. I'm in the Miss Senior Golden Year pageant. I'm contestant number 4, and it's going to be held at Saddle West on the 18th. Doors open up at 6 o'clock. You can come on in, sit down at 7. I have 2 children. Gina, that's 50. My son is William, he's 49. I have 4 grandchildren. I came here 13 years ago and decided I didn't want to go home because I love it here. I go hiking, I paint, I write poetry. There isn't anything I don't do. I volunteer time at Senior Center, Preferred RV Park where I live, at my church with the youth kids, and I think that's it. So come out and watch us have fun.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a live look outside. Blue skies everywhere. The temperatures aren't that bad, though.
I know.
It's moderate.
It's cooling down a little bit out there,
Yes,
right?
it is. More weather after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and it looks like we're getting a break. Look at this weather map. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, you're all like upper 70s, 80 degrees in Fallon. Tonopah, the cool spot in the state today at 76 as we march on down the state, 79 out in Goldfield. Feeling pretty fine, 88 in Beatty. Actually, I might have to go to Beatty. 88 sounds great. 92 in Amargosa, 94 in Las Vegas. That's the hot spot today. Death Valley just barely scraping triple digits at 100 degrees. And here in the paradise of Pahrump, well, let's take a look. 90 degrees, that's our current temperature. 91 just a little bit earlier. Westerly winds to just 8 miles per hour. I am so glad the wind has calmed down, and it's going to stick with us for a couple days. We'll tell you about that in a second. Sun rose this morning at 5:25 a.m. and setting this evening at, 8:02. Actually, they didn't pick up very much daylight, did we? I think we picked up a little bit of morning. Low tonight, 65 degrees. That's where we're headed. And those east-northeasterly winds to just 6 miles per hour. Sure feeling fine. Cutting the edge off that heat as we head into the week. And what do we see? Well, look at this. 7-mile-per-hour winds kicking up to 16, 19. Oh, Lord, it is going back. But look at this. Temperatures sticking into the triple digits next couple days. And then sort of retreating from that as the wind kicks up to those 20-mile-per-hour, zones. We'll end up at 87 degrees on Sunday. Super pleasant at 10-mile-per-hour winds. Sunshine throughout the week, returning to triple digits by Tuesday next. And we'll see some winds increasing to about 12 miles per hour. But yeah, it's not too bad. Lovely days to look forward to. All right, make some plans. Back to the desk, and here's Deanna.
Well, just so you know, for the election results, we will be posting them on our
right.
KPVM TV Facebook page as they come in here in the county and, of course, in the state. For several state elections, you can look yourself as well. There's a couple watch parties. I know that Nye County Central Republican Central Committee is having a watch party. We posted that information yesterday at their new location on Pahrump Valley Boulevard. And so if you want to join them, of course, they're asking members to join them there as well. And anybody else who has a watch party, let us know, and we will post that too. And we're going to bring the results, of course, on tomorrow night's newscast as well. That wraps up tonight's news. I'm Deanna.
I'm Unette.
Good night.
Good night.